this guy has got Raptors fans talking. He was fantastic in the second preseason game against the Sacramento Kings, and we will see if he can continue to kick on, because there were question marks about if Collin Murray-Boyles would be NBA ready for his rookie season, and so far the signs are suggesting he very much is. So obviously, Collin Murray-Boyles, 9th overall pick by the Raptors. Even I mean, I'll be completely honest, I did not have him going that high. I saw the Raptors a team that would maybe have a look at him, but ultimately, I thought they were going to go in a different direction. Not that that's like quite a negative against Collin Murray-Boyles. The Raptors saw the guy that they wanted, and in the end, they got their guy. This is the guy that they wanted. This is the type of player that the Raptors have had success with. This long, athletic, two-way type of player who's more polished defensively, and they hope that he brings a level of basketball IQ to them that they can harness his talent and develop him offensively, because Murray-Boyles is already a very good defender, and we kind of knew that. We didn't really know, and we still don't have the confirmation. It is only 2 preseason games that we've seen at the time that I'm streaming right now. It's not like a huge amount of evidence, but it's looking like he's definitely prepared to step up to the NBA level defensively. And I mean, in Summer League, he was fantastic on that side of the ball. Where there are some question marks, or at least were, and to a certain degree still are, where those question marks started to arise were definitely on the offensive side of the ball, because in his college days, Collin Murray-Boyles kind of got his with kind of brute force and brute strength. That's kind of like, to be fair, that's kind of downplaying it a little bit, because there was an element of skill there, but like some of the success definitely was generated by using his size and using his body so effectively, drawing fouls a ton. But there were some very positive stats out of that college season. We'll look at them here. 16.8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, and a 2-point percentage of 62.2. True shooting percentage of 63. That's great. Further question marks came with the 3-ball, and that's going to be a work in progress. That's definitely not going to be, well, I mean, I'm not going to say definitely, but I don't think that's going to be something that is going to be there out the gate. Obviously, something he's working on. He was willing to take some threes in Summer League. He has been willing to take some threes in preseason as well for the Raptors, and the willingness gave him 2 3-point attempts against the Sacramento Kings, where he was able to knock one down. He was 4 of 8. 1 of 2 from 3, got himself to the line on for 3 occasions, or for 3 attempts, 3 of 3 from the line, but like filled up the box score really in 23 minutes. 12 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, no turnovers, like really impressive stat line. And I wasn't in attendance for the preseason scrimmage the Raptors had, where they had the Team Black, Team Gray, 2 Raptors teams going up against each other. But the reports from various people who did attend that scrimmage were that Collin Murray-Boyles looks like one of the most impressive players, if not the most impressive player in this game. So absolutely has looked like he has stepped up his game in the offseason, which is an extraordinarily welcome sight to see for the Raptors. Really are trying to build this defensive identity, and he is going to kind of play into that, and there's already a lot of trust with him. Like, let's go back to the first preseason game against the Denver Nuggets. People kind of wondered why he didn't start in place of Jakob Poeltl. They went with Jonathan Mobo instead. Maybe they just feel like, 2 reasons maybe. They want to see what Murray-Boyles' role looks like off the bench. That's what they want to use him this season, so they want to get him used to that. And maybe they also felt he couldn't really match up against Jokic as the 5. Well, the former could be true. The latter obviously was not, because when he subbed in, he was guarding Nikola Jokic a lot. So that just shows the extraordinary level of trust that the coaching staff, Darko Rajakovic, already have in him. His first ever NBA game, even though it was just preseason, he was tasked with guarding Nikola Jokic, the best player in the NBA, on quite a few occasions. So the defense is there. He's a little bit undersized, makes up for it with his length, makes up for it with his strength. And I think that he's ready to contribute on the defensive side of the ball. there's still a possibility that, it's just preseason and maybe he'll need some time to develop, maybe even some time in the G League. But the more I see of Murray-Boyles, be it in Summer League, be it in these first 2 preseason games, the more I don't think this guy is going to need that time or some time spent with the Raptors 905 in the G League. It looks like he is ready to play. And on offense, he already looks quite fluid. He already looks like he's getting used to proceedings. I mean, 6 assists was great to see. It already feels like he's kind of getting used to the athleticism, the speed, and getting used to playing with his teammates. That's definitely a pretty healthy sign of an intelligent basketball player being present here for Murray-Boyles. And that is going to do so much to help this team, to give them this boost defensively. Like, again, we're building this sort of identity, and he is going to fit right into that. It's got to be part of the reason why the Raptors drafted him. But, like Bobby Webster said on draft night, or this draft night the day after, like, this was the best player. They took the best player available in their opinion, and they thought that was Collin Murray-Boyles over Colin Malawach. And we got to be happy if the growth continues in this direction. And signs are pointing towards that is going to be the case. SP in the chat says the intangibles are easy to miss by scouts. And yeah, I definitely feel like that is that is true in some certain areas. Somebody who's willing to work, and I think that the basketball IQ can kind of go a little bit under the radar. You like, at the very least, if a player doesn't pan out on like their top end, you want them to be able to kind of connect the dots and be present and be involved with the team and still be effective and find their role and find their niche with the team that usually high IQ players can do. And I think we're maybe seeing that relatively quickly with Collin Murray-Boyles. And SP agrees with me in the chat, saying he knows where to be, high IQ, always looking for the right play. Absolutely. And if it's not scoring, that's fine. He's willing to make the right play in that area. And like I said earlier, his kind of brute strength has been big. And Tom Grant is pretty wild. He's one of the strongest players on the team already. Yeah, the physicality definitely helps. A lot of people struggle to adapt to the NBA from a physical standpoint, be it the strength factor, be it the speed factor. But again, it just kind of feels like he's nestling in with this group and is ready to make some contributions overall. The only way he gets 9 to 5 minutes is if he's recovering from injury or the Raptors have an off day. Yeah, it is starting to kind of feel that way for the player, and that can only be good news for the team that has lacked in the size department in the past, and even last year kind of didn't really know what to do when Jakob Poeltl was out injured. There was Orlando Robinson experiments. There were Colin Castleton experiments, both very extremely failed experiments, in my opinion. But now this year, you've got Mamukelashvili here. You've got Collin Murray-Boyles here. And I think that tandem is fantastic. You've got the ability to play Mamukelashvili kind of on the perimeter, Murray-Boyles a little bit more down low. And the same can be said for the defensive side of the ball. Mamu's not like a traditional center, really. So he's able to guard the four. And you can have Collin Murray-Boyles guarding the Nikola Jokic's, for example, coming off the bench. So it just seems like there's some really good fit in a lot of these lineups for Murray-Boyles. And it just seems like he's got the talent to make whatever situation work for him. It does feel like in the early stages here. And I know I'm really harping on a lot here. And I'm sharing a lot of positives, and I'm giving him a glowing review here. And I've only seen him in 2 preseason games so far when I'm talking about him here. But it very much feels like a lot of signs are pointing in the right direction for this player.